1 minute. Take the floor, please.
I'd like to thank Joseph Weidenholzer and many other colleagues for speaking on this issue, which sadly does not reach mainstream Western media. I've been working with civil society groups from Ogaden in Ethiopia, and it was important for me to speak out on the situation, as there has been no level playing field for opposition voices. Ethiopia will have its elections next week without an EU election observation mission, and this is happening while the government cracks down on journalists and civil society, persecuting the Ogaden Oromo and other ethnic groups, targeting women and children. Rape and torture have been systematically used to spread fear, and the Ogaden region is effectively under government embargo. Meanwhile, Ethiopia is the fourth largest recipient of EU aid and receives 45% of its budget through foreign aid. So the EU must make a clear public statement outlining its concerns about the upcoming elections before May 24th, making clear its commitment to human rights and democracy in solidarity with the people of Ethiopia. It must also ensure that EU aid money is not being used or implicated in ethnic persecution and human rights violations. A more secure and peaceful Ethiopia must not come at the price of human rights abuses or sham elections with no healthy opposition.
Thank you very much indeed. Do you accept the blue card from Mr. Carver? Yes? Do you accept blue card? Madam Ward? I can repeat. Do you accept blue card from Mr. Carver? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for taking my blue card, Mrs. Ward. Do you not accept why everybody in this chamber is concerned about human rights allegations of abuse? The greatest threat to the Horn of Africa is a rise of Islamic fundamentalism. And do you not agree with me that Ethiopia should actually be given credit for the huge work she is doing to combat extremism in that field, and actually being able to have a far better approach to women's rights and children's rights than that is being offered by Islamic fundamentalists? Thank you.
Time for your answer.
I spend a lot of my time working with civil society groups, and I work with unrepresented people who have no voice. And I speak in here. I use my position to give power and voice to those people who don't have a voice. And the organisations that I've worked for have brought forward huge abuses of human rights in respect of women, violence against women and girls in Ethiopia by the government there. So yes, I stand up for human rights, and I think actually one of the worst threats against our security, against our democracy, is the fact that we're not represented equally in the world. Women and men do not have equal representation, and I see that as a massive problem for us in society. I did answer the question. The biggest threat, Mr. Carver, is the threat that men hold the balance of power.
I'm sorry. Now